why do you think women deserve less?
When I say women deserve less, there's other aspects too, but that's what I mean, as in like dating. Don't simp on women that already get everything given to them.
I've seen some of your podcasts and stuff like that. I haven't watched the full thing, but I really just want to know, like, why do you think women deserve less? Because it's like a controversial, obviously it's going to catch people's attention.
Sure.
You know, they see it.
Sure. When I say women deserve less, it's for a multitude of different reasons, but I'll just focus on, like, let's say dating for now, right? So guys have this, warped ideology that being a gentleman and being super nice and, being caring makes you more attractive to women. But the reality is, attraction and arousal are two different things. And by being a nice guy, what ends up happening a lot of times is you get stuck in the friend zone. And what I tell guys, and I talk about this in my book, guys got to give women less. If you look at the cover, I have money there, relationships, social media, and time. And the reason for that is because we live in a deregulated sexual marketplace. And what that basically means is, assuming two parties have the age of consent, anyone could hook up. Now, we thought this would be a good idea in the 60s with the explosion of feminism and birth control, et cetera. But what ended up happening was, when you leave women to their own devices, they date the best guys that they can get. And that problem's been exacerbated as they become more educated and made more money. So it's left a lot of normal guys out of the realm. So what I tell guys is, you need a woman that's going to reciprocate that attention, because we're in a position now where they have all the leverage, and a lot of guys are over here courting and dealing with women that, quite frankly, don't deserve it. So when I say women deserve less, there's other aspects too, but that's what I mean, as in like dating. Don't simp on women that already get everything given to them. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, isn't that just like a generalization though? Because I feel like it's case specific with every person. Like when you say that, it's like you matching one archetype of men with another archetype of women, and then you making that the case for everybody.
Well, I think the world operates on generalities, right? There's a reason why Braille isn't everywhere, because there's not that many blind people,
That's
right?
a great analogy. There's a reason Braille isn't everywhere. That's great. That's really great.
So, in general, being a nice guy is going to set you back. Now, are there some girls out there that are, will reward you and give you sex and a blowjob for being a nice guy? Sure. But the reality is, being a nice guy typically always puts you on your back foot. And I think in today's day and age, where women have an enormous amount of leverage in the dating marketplace, guys need to kind of go in there with their eyes wide open so they don't put themselves in a bad situation. So generalizations are typically how the world works. Of course, there's always going to be anomalies. There's always going to be exceptions to the rule. But I think in general, men need to operate from a position where they're mitigating risk and not investing too much up front. Because we have way more on the line than women do when we get in relationships.
Yeah, because women can literally ruin your life. They destroy men. They do it all the time. Shannon Sharp, cooked. He's done, cooked. Doesn't even matter if he's guilty or innocent. One accusation, cooked, done.
So you say like sex, do you think that's the end goal of a relationship? Like, where do you view that?
Well, it's the main agency that women have.
What if you don't give them that agency though? If you have like different priorities generally, like
The man or
Yeah,
the woman?
The man.
Okay, what do you mean by that? If you can kind of...
Like if you don't go into a relationship just expecting to get that out of it, then there's really no leverage there if that's not something you really want out of that person.
Well, a lot of the time that's cope, right? So like guys will sit there and they'll be taking a girl on her seventh date. They've been talking for like 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months, and they'll sit there and cope, be like, oh no, like I'm just building something up. But the reality is she's fucking some other guy.
Yeah, what's the longest you guys are going to wait for a girl that you perceive to be good? To be a good girl. What's your max in 2025? Here's what I've seen. I think guys will give you a month, maybe 6 weeks, if you can really pull that purity card. Till marriage, only a simp. She's blown somebody. Sorry, guys. I went to Catholic school. I saw the girls doing this workaround. You know what I mean? Like, they always get you. But yeah, the women, they just have to have a very gentle voice, and you guys fall for it a lot. You said, yeah, Troy says a couple weeks. Mr. Nice Guy says 1 hour. Get out of here. What are you, Chad? You'll wait longer than an hour. Come on.
Right? The reality is that men need to understand that women, right, they sell purity, they sell sugar and spice and everything nice, But what will happen is they'll open themselves up sexually to the men that they respect and are aroused by, and then make the nice guy wait, right? And they're able to kind of double dip doing that. So I think with guys, they got to basically push for sex fairly quickly in a relationship to ensure that they're not getting used.
I think with
Because
Joe,
that is their main, I mean, just let's be honest here. Like, that is their main commodity, their main agency. Like,
I wouldn't
if
say
women
that.
didn't have vaginas, we wouldn't care. No one would talk to them.
I wouldn't say that because that's like half the population. You just like dehumanizing half the population with that statement.
I mean, well, it's the reality. We're put on Earth to procreate, correct? So men, our job is to provide resources. Their job is to extract resources. And it's been this way since the beginning of time. The only reason we're able to have this whole, moral situation is because of modernity and the access to technology and how we've progressed. But the reality is, in times of, when times are not peaceful, we get closer and closer to our traditional gender roles, right? There is no feminism when the lights are off. There is no feminism with war. There is no feminism when it comes to preserving society and moving on forward. So, the reality is that that's why the genders deal with each other. Men provide resources, women provide access to sex.
That's the face men make when they know something is true, but they can't say it. They get this half smile. It's like silence. What? It's like when I had a conversation with someone the other day. I was like, women spend more. And I said, look, if you made the money I made at one point, wouldn't you have done something better with it? He's like, yeah. Because he was like, well, some women are smart. And I'm like, even smart women make dumb decisions. I know another person. I'm trying to be more broad, guys. So this is what I've had to do in my show. I had another person I know, and she was very intelligent. She was an engineering major. She completed I think she became like a mechanical engineer, went to grad school. She still got like $150,000 worth of student debt and then bought a house. We make dumb decisions all the time. All the time. Just is what it is.
I'm gonna come back.
Okay, no problem.